Hello.
Hi, we're
Happy
back.
Sunday. It's been a minute.
It's been so long. Oh my God. Hey guys.
What's that song? It's been a while since I met you. Well, the dope beat to step to.
Oh, Little Kim. Damn it.
Aaliyah.
I've been gone for a minute, but
Aaliyah.
I'm back on the jump on.
Forgive me, y'all.
It's
It's
okay.
early Sunday morning. It's not. This is pre-recorded. I'm just gonna let everybody know. We have a very busy weekend. Both of my kids have birthday parties this weekend. So we are coming to
Happy
you a little
birthday to
sooner.
them.
Yes, thank you so much. 13 and 11. So it's getting interesting in my household. 13, 11, and almost 3.
You're like
So
me. I have
woof,
14 and 12. So, yep, you're right behind me, friend.
it's getting interesting.
The
However,
teenagers are very interesting. I'll tell you that.
I think the tweens are worse than the teenagers,
I think so.
honestly.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
my teenager's actually pretty, or my almost teenager is pretty chill. Like he has his moments, right? But he's
Yeah.
pretty chill. The tween, my little girl, woo.
She's a firecracker. She
I
keeps
told
you on
my
your
husband,
toes.
your main job is to keep me out of jail. Give her teenagers. That is his job. So
You
just
got a
keep me out of
woosah.
jail. I have to
Ooh.
woo-saw a lot with this one. No,
She keeps you on your
she is a
toes.
little firecracker, which I
Okay.
appreciate. I don't try and dim her light, but she needs
Right.
to
Tone it
rein it in a
down.
little bit.
Yeah.
Rein it in. I'm not one of her friends. I think she forgets that sometimes. If she
Yeah.
gets a little, I'm like,
Yeah. They do.
who?
They do that now and then. Like we
She
have fun and
tries.
we can. Yeah. They try. And they forget that that you're talking to the parent and not your friend.
Correct. Let me
And you have to
remind
like give
you
them that look really
who I
quickly.
am. 22 hours of labor. I am not your friend, hun. All
Right.
right. Anyway,
Right. We could go on and on about motherhood, but yes,
sorry.
yes,
This is
yes,
our parenting rant. Forgive
yes,
us. I'm so glad to be back. Obviously, the
yes.
lovely Miss Krssi Love. You look amazing, by the way.
Thank
You look
you.
gorge. Look at
Thanks.
her. Look at the blazer. Okay. I look like a rag doll because, to be honest, I'm not feeling the best. So, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to do an episode in the month of November
Yes, yeah,
because we've
we've
been
been
gone
trying, trust
a
me. We've been like
while.
it's just been chaotic just trying to get each other
Yes.
together and it's just,
It is my busy season at my job, at the venue, so it is constant. However, we are here. We're going to talk about some women's wrestling. We are not going to necessarily go over the shows this week, more
mhm.
a recap, not recap, more of us talking about our thoughts on current news. There's a lot of current news in women's wrestling right now. There's also Survivor Series coming up.
Yes.
So there's just and a lot of different
Full
things we're
gear
seeing. I'm sorry,
and full gear coming up too.
full gear. There's a lot of different things going on in women's wrestling that I'm super proud of on all fronts. I think it's looking great. I think on all companies, American wise, because I think the non-American promotions have always done very well.
Yep.
With women's wrestling. So it's good to see on the American side um progress.
Yep.
Progress. Um, let's go ahead and jump into news because that's kind of what we're mostly going to talk about. There's a lot. Um, one I'm super excited for. I'm praying isn't just like rumor mill. But there are rumors that Giulia from
Mm,
Stardom might be headed to WWE. It was reported that there's interest from WWE in Giulia and has been for a while. Um, I saw that and I immediately got hyped. I'm like, oh my god,
that
I think
means
she is incredible. I'll
yes.
be honest, I had no clue who she was until
So
Mercedes
SP.
Monet went over there and started introducing us to all these people, and I was like, oh my god, like they're incredible, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I did not know who she was before that. I'll be honest, but Mercedes
SP may
introduced me to her, and
right.
SP
Put us
also
on to yep.
put us on the map as far as that goes. And I had watched some of her matches. I love her. I absolutely love her. I
Do you
think
think she fits better with WWE than AEW?
I think she has the look for WWE.
Mm,
If I don't know character wise
okay.
yet, that's kind of the unknown, right?
Hmm.
However, she's an amazing wrestler.
Right.
Um, I think if she is more wrestling based, obviously AEW might be better for her.
Right.
However, I think overall, and this is my opinion, I think overall WWE books their women more consistently and better right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have positive stuff to say about AEW's women's division as well. I'll get there, but I do believe she has more opportunity and more money to make in WWE, especially if she's
Mm-hmm.
going to stay away from Japan.
Right.
So,
Right.
uh, I'm just excited to see her. I would be so excited to see her there. Like, could you imagine? You have Jay Cargill coming in, you have Giulia coming in, you have Kyrie back. Listen,
It's a lot happening. It's a
it's
lot
a
of
lot of moves being
it's
made.
right. It's if they continue and if they do the right thing and not saturated with the same old stuff, it can be really, really good. Because right now
Yes.
we have women consistently with WWE, but you just keep giving us the same thing over and over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to complain about it because they're getting TV time. What I can complain about is the like you're giving us the same thing over and over and over. Maybe it's 5 women, maybe it's 4 women. It's like with the Rhea story, it's like it's you just throw them all in a bucket, and we're gonna pick out which one we want to use for Rhea this week or whatever. So
I want eventually, and I know we've talked about this before, I want eventually for the women to have something to sink their teeth into,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Still to this day, the best storyline for me is Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. I think that is the best overall women's story and feud and match culmination in
mm-hmm,
WWE history.
mm-hmm,
Um, Bailey and Sasha obviously are right there with their
mm-hmm,
NXT takeover.
mm-hmm,
But I think there was more character work done with Bianca and Becky, and that's why I picked that feud specifically. Not to mention obviously my favorite's part of it. But
mm-hmm,
that aside, I want more stuff like that for our women. I want a backstory. I want a
mm-hmm.
reason behind it. I want them to be able to really sink their teeth into their characters and make us give a shit.
Right,
If you want a main event WrestleMania again, you people have to give a shit, right?
mm-hmm, yep,
Um, and I think we could do it. The women are fully or more than capable of giving it. They just have to get given the chance to in the stories, right?
right.
So
We
I
have to
think
see because right
we have
now I
to
don't
see
know.
they have the potential, and that jumps right into our next bit of news. But before I do that, what are your thoughts on Giulia coming over to WWE possibly?
I'm excited to see her come. She like you said, she has a WWE look, but her wrestling wise, I feel like it's more AEW. But I mean, you can make lemon into lemonades and figure it out and like adapt to your environment.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like you said, the money called and she's going over there. So um
We don't know
hopefully
for
they don't.
sure. It's just a
Oh,
rumor.
that's
We
it's a
don't know.
rumor, right? Yes, it's just a
We
rumor.
don't
So
know.
yes. Um as of now, I would think that it's a good thing. I mean, I would hope not to see her in NXT too long because I know she's.
I don't
But
want
you
to see
have
her
to
in
figure.
NXT at all.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
here's the thing about NXT. I'm not against it.
Same. I
I
just
think NXT helps them understand the WWE way.
and find a character.
And because it is a transition, I think that's why Jade needs it as well.
Mm.
Do you need to be on TV on NXT or just at the Performance Center? Like, that's my question, because
Right.
you can still be at the
Right.
Performance Center and be on main roster, right?
Correct. Correct.
So I think Jade doesn't necessarily need to be on NXT TV. It wouldn't hurt her, but I don't think she needs it.
Right.
Because her character, her presence is dominant and known enough, at least to hardcore wrestling fans. She has the look that if you don't know who she is, you're going to pay attention. So, but she could use the practice at the Performance Center. So
Right.
for me, I'm fine with people being at the Performance Center. If Giulia comes, a lot of casual fans aren't necessarily going to know who she is, know
Correct.
of her.
Right.
Like I said, I didn't know because I don't watch New Japan Stardom that much. Not regularly enough to have known who she is. I've probably seen her before. I just didn't realize that was Giulia, if that makes sense.
Right.
So it wasn't until Mercedes went over there and introduced us to some of these women. So, or introduced casual fans
Which
or
fans feel
casual
too?
fans
Yeah.
to New Japan, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
to that. And so wouldn't mind Giulia being in NXT. I just don't think she needs to be. I think it would make a bigger splash for her if she was able to just hit main roster, do her performance center stuff. I just want if they get her, I want a big to do. Do you know how they do like those vignettes, like, oh,
Yeah.
so and so's
Mhm.
coming, and
Mhm.
like you don't
Mhm.
know who they're talking about? I want like one of those for her, because like
They just
make
did it
her a
for
big deal.
They did it for what's his name son? God,
Yes.
Brian Pillman Jr. That's what
Yep.
they did it for.
They
Who is
did.
now Lexus King or whatever.
Yep. They did it for him. So the last time I remember them doing one of those for a woman was with a Ember Moon, Athena, when she had like the whole biker gal gimmick in NXT. I remember they were showing like this biker
Right,
on the
right,
like riding through the streets, and we're like, oh, who's coming? Like, who is it? Um, that's the last known one I can remember for women being done. So
right.
I would love to see that for I thought they were gonna do it for Jade, but I think they wanted the headlines for Jade, so that's why they went ahead and said, here she is.
Mhm.
Um, and that's not a bad thing because she already has the presence. But for Giulia, it'd be a great way to introduce her. It's kind of mysterious. You don't know who's coming. Like, do something big for her.
Right.
If they do get her, I want them to keep it as mum as they possibly can.
Mhm.
But again, I'd be so excited to see her in WWE if she decides not to. I'm still happy wherever she ends up. So
Right.
we'll see. But jumping on to our next bit of news, I kind of mentioned it already earlier. Kairi Sane. She's
She's
back,
back.
y'all. She's back.
And she looks amazing.
She looks amazing. Oh my god. Like, I love the dark makeup. Like, I was like, oh,
Ugh,
okay. It's a heel Kyrie too.
it's a hill
Oh
Kyrie.
my
So
god.
she's not the pirate. She's like the evil pirate. Like
She's
she's
an
like
evil pirate.
yeah.
Um, and this is what I was kind of alluding to earlier when I said they have the potential to do another great storyline. If they let these women dig in, you have Kyrie looking to be aligned with Io. Io is
Eos
with Bailey and Dakota in Damage Control. However, the last time we saw Kyrie, Bailey is the one who took her out and sent her
correct.
packing.
Mhm.
When Sasha was still in as well.
Yep.
And Asuka was actually wrestling Sasha.
Mhm.
They show the video of Kyrie getting beat up by Bailey, and she's yelling for Asuka and all these things, and Asuka, kind of fumbling around, like kind of takes her time to get back there. They have a lot of ways they can go with this, and it could
Yes.
be like this super crazy, like Japanese, like badass trio.
Yes.
Or they could swerve us all, and maybe Kyrie's mad at Asuka. We don't
Right,
know.
right, yeah.
We don't know. They could do a lot of great and fun things with this. Um, I just hope they make it a big deal. Like, make it
Right.
fun. Give them
Mhm.
something again to sink their teeth into. Um, I love the mystery right now of this. Bailey's with Io, but Kyrie's back and helped her, and
Right.
Io's holding her arm up with him,
Mhm.
and or
Mhm.
with her,
And
excuse
Bailey was
me,
on the
and
sideline.
so, and Bailey's kind of looking shocked, like, oh my god, she's back, right? Again, so I'm looking forward to SmackDown. I will not get to watch it live. I do have a show going on in my venue. However, I'm looking forward to see the fallout from Crown Jewel. Speaking of Crown Jewel, Io did retain with the help of Kairi Sane.
Right.
So,
Which I
she
did
is
not
still
see
the champ.
coming. I mean, I knew she would win, but I didn't
Yeah.
know how she would win. I know she would win dirty. I know it would be a
Yep.
dirty finish, but I
Yep.
did not think that Io would be in the cards to come back. This was a good kept
Yeah.
secret. And who knows, maybe it was like a last audible for them to bring her in. Who knows like how it was like done. Like it's so exciting.
I think we've heard for a while that Kyrie was coming back. We just didn't know when or how or who she'd be involved with, which show.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it was actually a pretty good surprise that she was in Saudi, of all
Of
places.
all places, right?
Which I'm assuming they probably flew her in sooner. So she's probably been there for a little while, just kind of waiting for this moment. So again, excited. The potential for a great story here leading into Mania, I think, would be amazing. How
Yeah.
Asuka fits into this, like,
Yeah.
I kind of want to know what's going to happen there.
Right.
Because Asuka doesn't necessarily get along with Io and Bailey,
Correct.
but
Exactly.
Kyrie was her
Exactly.
partner. Kyrie's her friend. So
Right. So
I'm
maybe
very curious to see how this all ends up.
yes. Exactly.
And where's Dakota where's Dakota at?
Right.
Because I think Bailey tweeted, I forgot what day it was, but just saying, Dakota, answer your phone, please. As in Dakota's kind of ghosting her. So I don't know, but it's exciting, and I'm so excited to see where it kind of goes. Even more so, where does Bianca fit in? Right now, Bianca's mad at Kyrie, so we might get Bianca and Kyrie going against each other. Like,
it's a lot of like, we don't have a long road, but we have a road to get to WrestleMania. So it's very interesting on how they're going to like align these girls. Like, forget WrestleMania, we got to get to Rumble. Like, we got to go through Survivor Series, Rumble first. Like, we have to get to these first before we go to that.
Well, the fact that the rumored match, which again, plans change, the rumored match is, Charlotte versus Bianca for the title.
Right.
How do we get there? Because they have Charlotte in some random ass tag team with Shotzi right now, which makes zero sense to me. But whatever, it gives Shotzi some shine.
It gets Shotzi on TV. She did Halloween Havoc, and now she's been with Charlotte like three weeks in a row almost. So it's like she's on TV. She wasn't on TV at one point for a good long time, like before she even cut her, like after she cut her hair. So it's like they're just thankful to be on TV right now.
And they kind of had that Shotzi Bailey thing going, and they dropped that. So I'm just kind of like, it all is going to tie together somehow eventually, I'm assuming. But how we get there is going to be very interesting. So that's actually what I'm most excited about.
Right.
Let's see. Next up, so another part of this was the fact that WWE, it was reported that WWE was trying to get Sarray back. So if you guys remember, Sarray was on NXT. She decided not to re-sign with WWE, and that they were supposedly trying to get her back. But it sounds like she chose, I'm gonna probably say this wrong, so I apologize, Sukaban over WWE. So it sounds like she didn't want to come back.
And that's okay. Sometimes
I'm not mad at it. Like, they did kind of fumble with the character and like the
right. She just probably felt like she just needed to go in a different direction. And then if people are not going to listen to you, you have to figure it out and go somewhere else. Like, this is a living. Like, people, if you don't get paid, they forget people have lives and families, and they have to survive.
Lives, families, they have their own wants, their own dreams, passions, and hers just maybe isn't with WWE right now. So
right.
And that's okay. Yep. And that's okay. So obviously we wish Sarray luck there. And I think a lot of people were kind of hoping she'd be brought back to be kind of part of this faction with Kyrie and Oscar or and Io, and kind of like make a whole thing. But again,
you don't have to, but
you never know. Look, Giulia can be a part of it, guys.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying, she was Kairi Stardom's sister not too long ago.
That's true.
So anyway, good luck to Sarray.
Yep.
In her time. There's a lot of news, you guys. A lot of news. Before I jump to a different promotion, so we're going through it, y'all. It was reported this morning, or posted this morning, by Carmella. Carmella and Corey Graves welcomed their baby boy, Dimitri, I believe is his name. Yes, Polinsky. He looks absolutely adorable. I just need to say, as a mother who has given birth twice, she posted that she went through 60 hours of labor. 60. 60. Now, for those who aren't mothers yet,
a shame.
Or you're a man, and you don't quite understand what that means.
Yeah.
That means for more than 2 days.
Yeah.
That
little baby did not want to come out.
having contractions and probably breathing and labor pain. And labor is a lot on the body. Yes, it's a natural thing. It is incredibly exhausting.
Yep.
It is incredibly dangerous.
Yes.
Especially when it's that long. It can get very dangerous for the baby and the mom. And then she posts this picture with this baby, and she looks fucking amazing. I went through 22 hours of labor, and I looked like hell. I looked worse than I do right now. Like, I was just like a mess. Okay. And I was like, oh my God, you're beautiful. Like, She looks insanely gorgeous. Okay, even if someone did do her makeup, I don't give a shit. You still look like you still look like makeup or not. She looks good. She looks happy. This woman has gone through a lot to have
Yeah.
this precious baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, her and Corey both. I am so happy for them. Congratulations.
Yep.
She said she will talk about her 60-hour labor at a later time. I am so interested to see
Right. I'm
and
like,
hear.
did she say 60 hours plus a C-section, or just
She
like,
just said 60 hours, but that's a story
okay.
for another time, is what she
And
said.
and
So
that could be like you said, it could be a number of reasons on why it was 60 hours.
yeah,
Again, your
because
body
there's
is
all sorts of things, guys.
correct.
Labor can start and stop.
Yep.
Labor
Mhm.
there's so many reasons there can be longer labors.
Correct.
Mine was 22 hours. She just didn't want to come out. She just didn't want to come out, and they ended up doing a C-section at the end. So,
Right.
like it, there's all sorts of things that can happen in labor. But it looks like he is here. He is healthy. She is healthy. They all look good. So
Welcome.
congratulations to them both.
Brr, brr, brr,
Uh,
brr.
Parents to a new bouncing baby boy. And so I can't wait to hear her story and everything. But what a warrior, man. 60 hours. Whew. Only a wrestler, I guess. These wrestling women are something else. Because fuck, man.
And
60 hours?
why she's gonna be skinny like a toothpick in like 3 weeks.
Right. She's gonna bounce right back. Like I just now lost on my baby weight. My daughter's 10.
Girl, tell me about it.
Took me 10 years. No, but anyway, congratulations to them.
Congratulations to them. Yes.
Now jumping to a new promotion in AEW last night, we had a debut of Mariah May.
Yep.
Speaking of Stardom, I think it's really cool that all these women all of a sudden from Stardom are starting to make their way over here again. Some of them were already here, went back, coming back. How cool is it? I was absolutely shocked when I saw Mariah May was over here. She's with AEW. She looks amazing. How cool is that?
It's amazing to see how they are seeing these girls at this level, and they're like, you know what, come over here, come do this with us. Or I mean, I don't know if they did that right away or whatever, but it is like, you know, we want you to come on this side of town, you know, we want you to work with us or whatever. So it's a thing. It's slow. It's a slow boat that's moving, but it's moving, and the boat is getting full by the minute.
It's moving, and like I said, I had things to praise AEW about as well, especially recently. They have done an amazing work. And
with Toni Storm.
About time. Not just Toni Storm. Just
with this
character development.
Yes.
It's something that they've been missing for a while or wasn't consistent for a while. And it looks like they're really honing in on characters. You have Giulia
Hart. Yeah, I was gonna say Giulia. Yeah.
And, you know, and of course the evil that she's spreading, if you will, to Sky Blue and Willow.
Yes, Willow. I love Willow.
I love that.
We know we love some Willow. Yes.
Willow. But that to me is character development. That's story development. That's giving this underlying layer of you going, oh, what's gonna happen next? Okay,
right.
Who's gonna infect next? Like what's gonna happen with Sky Blue? Like what's gonna happen with Willow? Like, you know, obviously Toni Storm, which is the best bucking character shit I've seen going right now on the American side. Love it. I love the attention they're giving to it, the detail. They have the renders with her in completely black and white and everyone else's color. Like, yes, it's little details like that that
and
matter.
It's like one of their best, like they've put in a lot of effort into this actual story. And I don't know what she said to them or how did she pull it off, but it's going so well. And I love that she's just like all in there, like you said, leaving her in black and white and like leaving the rest in color. Or when she's having a vignette, like it's all just black and white, or if it's just like half and half. It's just so good.
I'm loving it. I love the character work when she's in the ring.
Yes.
Like it's so dramatic. Like it's the little details again that matter. And it's not just the wrestler. It's also the render details and the story details and the posts and the vignettes. All these things just add layers to women's characters. And it's most of the time the stuff the men get. So it's always nice to see that they're doing this with the women. And AEW, I feel, has done a really great job the last couple of months of character development with the women. Julia Hart is incredibly over. Incredibly over.
Yep.
She's been doing an amazing job. And again, I can't wait to see what happens more with Sky Blue and Willow. And I think it's all gonna kind of come to a culmination of some point
Yes.
at Full Gear, maybe.
Yes.
So we will see. Right now, Sheeta has the title. Some people think Julia might actually go after the TBS title.
Yeah. She's going against Statlander.
Yeah. So I think.
Well, I think that's where they're headed, towards Statlander.
I think so too.
It hasn't been confirmed yet, but these girls have been on TV every week, and they're on 3 shows. They're on Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage. They're on 3 shows, and if they're not main eventing, they're in the middle of the show. It's happening, and where they're showing the girls. Again, time-wise for the matches, it's different, but they're on television, and they're on television a lot now. They're getting even more. They're getting, like, Tony Storm is getting more vignettes. They're getting more backstage interviews. So they're showing the women.
All these things that I feel are missing. One of the main reasons why I was so frustrated with Jade Cargill over there, people were like, well, she had a 500 day, whatever it was, 60-0, whatever it is. And I'm like, you can hold a title for months, years, but if you don't have a story behind it, if you don't have a reason for people to give a shit, the title reign doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Like, I was so frustrated because Jade Cargill was literally wash, rinse, repeat, like the whole time. And it was boring. It was predictable. And I really feel like they're finally getting away from that with some of these women. And again, giving them something to sink their teeth into, which is what I think they deserve. And that's why I said on the American side right now, I'm finally starting to see progress, I feel like, in both WWE and AEW, being more consistent about having their women on. Again, could the matches be longer? Yes. Could the segments be longer? Yes.
Yes.
Progress. Just keep it consistent. Be consistent. I don't need to always have a 10-minute match. That's not what I'm saying. However, would a 10-minute match be nice every now and then? Absolutely. But consistency. Make the stories make sense. Give them layers. And by layers, I mean, like, look at Becky Lynch, right? Like, she keeps trying to go after Rhea, and they keep adding in these layers that are basically stopping her, right? She ended up getting the NXT Women's title. Layers. Like, this person was coming after her. Now this person's looking at her. Meanwhile, Rhea's still staring her down. Like, there's still all these things happening in the background. You had Shayna come up to her, I think, at one point and say something to her. Now you had Nia confront her the other night. Like, there's still, even though Nia's not maybe her focus right now, maybe that we're leading to a Nia thing. We don't know, but there are layers and seeds being planted throughout in both promotions where it leaves you with some more story to be told. That's what I like and appreciate. And that's what I think we've mostly wanted. Something to follow, something to kind of guess and be excited about, and kind of like, oh, did you see this? Did you see that look? Did you see that person that was staring at her in the background? Did you see whatever it might be? Like, that's all we've ever asked for. And so I'm excited to see what is next. So anyway, welcome to Mariah May. Mariah May is All Elite.
Yes, she is. Welcome, girl. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, see what you can do.
There is a story, apparently. Now, I didn't see this. This was told to me, so I don't know if you've seen it. But Mercedes Mone.
Yeah, I didn't see this. Yeah,
I didn't see this. To be honest, it was given to us by our lovely producer, which I love so much. Mercedes Mone future. I guess there's questions about her future because there have been reports saying she has no planned matches for New Japan or Stardom. I'm not sure why this is a story. Isn't she still recovering? Like,
that's what I was about to say. Is she fully even healed from that injury? Like, what's happening?
We've seen her out and about a little more. I think she's out of the boot cast thing now.
Take it easy.
But is she even ready? Like, I guess I'm not really worried about it because we don't know if she's going to come back as a complete surprise whenever she does come back.
And listen, she's doing things on her own terms. Like, she's not like rushing. She's not waiting. She's not answering to others. She's doing it her way. And that's what she's
been doing that since she left WWE.
And that's what she
on her own terms. She did mention in the interview, I think it was an interview, that she has a lot of stuff coming up, like a lot of surprises, a lot of projects. There's apparently a lot of stuff coming up that she's been working on, maybe even outside of wrestling. So,
so she's busy, but she's just not thinking about the wrestling thing right now. The girl is booked and busy.
Right. I'm like, I don't think she's worried. I'm not worried. She'll be back. She said over and over again, wrestling is her love. She'll be back when she's ready to be back.
Yeah.
When she's physically able to be back, but also when she's ready. If she's working on a lot of other stuff that she's wanted to do, good on her. You know what I mean?
And they're calling her to do these things, so she's gonna do it.
Absolutely. You kidding me? We already know she's in an upcoming movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of stuff going on for her that I think we don't need to worry about whether or not she's scheduled for something.
Right
now, as far as wrestling goes. So
exactly.
We will see you when we see you, Miss Mone. We are very happy for your future upcoming projects.
And we're going to be excited regardless.
She's going to be taking over 2024. So
right.
I'm
just give the girl some time. She just got injured, and she was injured in January. Like, let her be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let her
slow. Be. Like, I mean, yes, we want to see her, but like, I want to see her healthy. I don't want to see her just like pushing it for no reason.
Exactly. So that is the end of our news. We do have Survivor Series coming up. We have Full Gear coming up. They're just now kind of starting the stories with Survivor Series.
Correct. Yeah.
We do know that Zoe Stark did qualify and got a match with Rhea Ripley, which I'm so excited about. Y'all don't understand how much I'm loving Zoe Stark. Like, I've become such a fan of hers.
I'm excited for I that wasn't my pick, but I'm excited for Zoe.
Who was your pick?
I was going for Shayna. That last like few minutes between the two of them, my God, wow.
Yes. I mean, it takes me back to NXT. The first time Rhea Ripley showed up from NXT UK.
Yes.
And they did that face off. She had that face off with Shayna. And this is when Shayna had been a champ for, I don't know how long. It was like a year at this point.
Right.
And I got complete goosebumps when Rhea and her were standing across from each other. And I'm like, this used to be a big deal, Shayna and Rhea. It felt like a big deal again. And
exactly.
To your point, incredible last minutes of that match with them together. I was rooting for either Shayna or Nia.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Zoe.
Shayna or Zoe.
Okay.
I also wouldn't have been mad if Nia had won. Now listen.
I think they're trying to save that to for I want to say bigger. Rumble. Yeah, I want to say Rumble. I think they're trying to save that one for Rumble. So I think because it's bigger stage, Liv the girls
has to fit in here somewhere. Or Liv is going to be back at some point.
True, very true.
Now, obviously, I think you've seen the online fighting for whatever reason. Oh no, Liv should be main eventing with Rhea, not Becky. Becky should be main eventing, not Liv. First of all, please calm down, everybody.
Everyone will get a chance.
It's not worth a fight.
No.
Feel how you feel, whatever. It's to me pretty clear that they're headed to Rhea versus Becky. They've been teasing it for over a year. They keep having these run-ins. She keeps going after Rhea. She keeps getting stopped. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why she wasn't in the Battle Royal. Like, you guys just have to be patient.
Correct.
They're building to it. They're building the anticipation for it. They still haven't put their hands on one another. But it's going to happen eventually. Now, where Liv fits in, I do not know.
Right.
I don't know when she's cleared. I don't know when she's scheduled to be back. I don't know. But I'm excited to see where it falls, where she falls. It makes sense for her to go after Rhea.
Right.
Obviously. But with that being said, Survivor Series can go a million different ways. I think they're going to do the War Games match with the Smackdown women this time. Okay. Because they have a Raw Women's Championship match at Survivor Series instead of champ versus champ. Which I thought we were going to do Io versus Rhea, but we are not. So I think they're going to do a Survivor Series thing with the SmackDown girls, where you have Kyrie. Need to figure out where people fall, right? You have Kyrie, Io, Charlotte, Shotzi, Asuka, and I'm missing somebody. Bailey.
Uh-huh.
Where do all these people fall? You know,
It will probably.
you have Zelina Vega over there. Like, she
I
has
feel like
history
mhm.
with damage control. So
Within the
I
next two
think you're
Fridays, we're gonna get something happening. They're gonna have to
absolutely
get tomorrow. Definitely, for Friday's SmackDown, they're definitely going to have something rolling and having it set and trying to kind of like pivot its way to what we're going to start for the War Games.
absolutely. So I'm excited for it. I'm intrigued. I'll be honest, I do not watch. I think everyone knows who watches me just knows I do not watch AEW regularly. I just catch the highlights. Obviously, I
Mhm.
watch the women's stuff. Um,
So right
what do you
now, I
think?
think
Where are they
for
headed for Full Gear?
Full Gear right now, we have Sheeta and Timeless Tony Storm officially um,
Officially, I
for
did see that.
that. Yeah, they did the post. They did a sit down interview, which was really good with who was it? Was it Tony Schiavone? Can't remember who the interview was, but it was really, really good.
Mhm.
And you know, Timeless Tony Storm is just like amazing. Like the vignettes, I don't even know how she can do this without like cracking a laugh, or even the other person just like being so serious. I would like just be like, all right, let me be serious. Let me be serious. Like I gotta talk to myself.
I
But
can't.
yeah, as
She's
of
so
right now
funny.
for Full Gear, it's now Tony Storm and Sheeta. Um, it can go either way. I don't know. Like I can see Sheeta like retaining, but then I was like, you know, she won it because of what you call it. So now maybe they'll want to give it back to Timeless Tony Storm. Like, you know, again, this is like her. She's gonna treat it like an award. So maybe we can
Yeah.
see her as this, and it should be funny. So you know, let's see what happens.
Okay. I mean, I would love to see Sheila retain, but I would not be mad
Right.
at
Well,
all if Tony
uh,
Storm won.
either one, I
Um,
won't be mad. I think they're just gonna give us a good match between the two and tell us the story. And like, I won't be mad at either winner, to be honest.
at all. Okay, so and for the TBS title, you think they're headed towards
Oh,
Giulia versus
versus
uh Chris Statlander.
correct. Yes, Julia Hart.
Okay.
And then
I think
I would be. I want Julia to win.
I do too. I love Statlander, so again, wouldn't be
Yes,
mad if
yes,
she retained, but Julia's doing such great work right now.
yes. And she's
I really
over
would love
so
to see
good.
her be like she's so over. I would love
She's
to
so
see
over.
her with this character just holding that title, like or how she does it. Like
Hmm.
I love it. So hoping kind of Julia wins.
Yes, yes, yes.
However,
That's our
I do
picks.
think we'll see a return. What?
I said that's our picks, but you know.
Shh, don't tell anybody. I do think that we are going to see a return of somebody
Ooh, you telling
at
us
Full
something, friend?
Gear. I
Mm.
no, I don't know. I just think we may see our friend Thunder Rosa
Ooh, and
reappear
it's in LA.
at Full
Yes,
Gear.
yes, yes.
I feel like it's time. Apparently, she's been clear for a while. So it would be really cool if she kind of appeared and came after Sheeta and or Tony Storm. I think that would be so cool.
Yes,
It
yes,
would be a
yes, yes,
great first match for Tony, especially since the way her and Tony left off. I don't know if you remember,
yes,
but
yes.
she was the interim champion for
Champion, so she
Thunder
never
Rosa.
lost. Yes, she never
Yep.
lost.
Thunder Rosa
So
technically never lost. She had to relinquish the title, and Tony became the AEW Women's Champion. So since they
I'm
have the
excited.
history, I kind of see Thunder Rosa coming back, and you can just see how dramatic Tony will be about it.
Yep.
Like how
Yes.
incredibly dramatic she would be.
Mm-hmm. And she's gonna talk.
Oh
Like this is gonna just put her in another phase of that character
my God.
that we're gonna be like, oh my god, how
Correct.
dare you? How dare you? You know?
You weren't supposed to be back here.
Yeah.
I just want to see it. I just want to see it. If we had
Yeah.
the effect that I can make myself black and white now, I
Yes.
would do it.
We would do it. I would do a whole show in black and white. We talk about Tony
Oh my
Storm.
God, we need to talk to SP and see if we can do a whole show in black and white. I'm all for it. Let's go.
When we do the Tony Storm segment, we have to be in black and white. If we could do that, please, that'd be great.
SP, make that happen. Thank you. If
Thank
not, the
you.
next episode we're doing completely in black and white. I just want to let
Yep.
everybody know. I don't know how to make it happen, but we're gonna make it happen. What was I gonna say? That was it as far as women's wrestling goes.
Mhm.
I did want to just do a shout out / plug, if you will, for the wrestling club.
Yes.
They are raising money to get the kiddos to Mania next year in Philadelphia.
Yes.
If you can't donate, if you even help spread the word, whatever it might be, $1, $2, $5, $10, $20 helps. Why does
Right
it
now,
matter?
yes.
Because as somebody who traveled at a very young age, I got to experience different cultures, different cities, the diversity.
Yep.
It helps you learn, it helps your knowledge grow of the world. It gets people out of their comfort zone, it gets people out of what they know. And seeing these kids travel, especially meeting them last year, their eyes were so wide, they were so bright, they were so excited, they were so happy. It just brought a smile to my face. As a parent, I've always been big on travel. My daughter's been traveling since she was a baby.
Yep.
She's now a little expert traveler.
Mm-hmm.
She actually goes and visits her dad by herself. I take her to the airport,
Nice.
walk her to the gate. She gets on the plane. It's escorted because she is 10. She is
Right.
escorted with the stewardess, and her dad meets her at the gate on the other end. But she's completely comfortable and fine doing it because I started her traveling when
At
she
a
was
young
3
age.
months old.
That's beautiful.
And she loves seeing the world. She loves seeing things, but not everyone's afforded that opportunity all the time. So this is a great chance
to be a blessing to these
be a
children.
blessing to kids and just help them see something different, something they love. Most of these kids love pro wrestling.
Yes.
And they can typically only go to maybe wrestling shows in their area. So
Or-
it's always nice to
or-
kind of get
or-
them out.
Or even
Go ahead.
sometimes when the event is there, the parents have to work and they don't have no one to take them. And you know, it's a blessing to be one of the people that can help these children go to this show.
Absolutely.
And you know, I think sometimes as adults we forget like how children are such pupils and how things just simple things will just make them happy. It's not clothes,
Absolutely.
it's not a toy, it's just something. I just like taking them to a show and like having them like see their favorite person live. It's, you know, it should be like something like, be like, you know what, I'd help do that. I helped did that, you know?
Absolutely.
So
If you're
yes,
not
definitely.
a parent or if you're not someone who works with kids, I cannot explain to you the satisfaction you get by seeing a kid happy. And it actually reminds you of the simple things that make you happy. When I was with those kids at WrestleMania in Los Angeles, even though that was my first WrestleMania, and I'm 36 years old. And it took me 36 years to get there, but I've been watching wrestling since I was 6. And seeing them there and watching their faces and I had the same smile that they had, but it reminds you of the simplicity of happiness and how simple things can be. And especially when you get into wrestling media and, you know, Twitter and all these things, you can get wrapped up so much sometimes in the drama and the arguing and just shit that just doesn't matter.
Right.
That's not what matters. What matters are the moments and the experiences, whether you're at home or whether you're there. And the knowledge, though, that you get from traveling alone, not just at the event, but the experiences around the event is incredible. And you can't replace that. And this is an opportunity to help children maybe reach a dream and going to WrestleMania next year. So if you can help, please do. If you don't know Victor, at Wallflower Perry, amazing teacher, amazing human being, brother of mine. Not my real brother. Some people are like, "Oh my God, that's your brother." I'm like,
no, that's not our brother. But it is our brother.
Soul brother.
Yes,
soul brother.
yes.
Our brother. Yes.
Like this is my sister. So you know,
Absolutely.
So, okay.
He is just an amazing person who has done amazing things for these children, has opened their world up so much.
And sacrifices a lot. Like he doesn't
lot.
even have lunch breaks sometimes. He stays after school with these children. He does a lot for these kids.
I see him early in the morning writing out match lists for these kids, and trying to schedule it and work around, you know, their school schedules.
Correct.
Because even through all of this, he is still a teacher. He is still a teacher, and he does a lot of things on his dime. So
he's not only a teacher; he's one of the deans of the school.
Correct. So
he has a lot on his plate.
He has a lot on his plate, but he does it because he loves it and he loves his children. And he loves learning, and he loves to see his kids learn and experience new things. So support him, support the wrestling club. Again, even if you just share the information, it's greatly needed. They've actually raised a good amount of money, but he wants to get as many kids to WrestleMania as possible. So the link
time. Yes,
is
we'll
on the at Wallflower Perry on Twitter and Instagram. The link is actually in his bio. And we retweeted enough, I think, between me and Krssi as well. So you can probably see it on our page as well. Actually, I'll probably go ahead and link it in my bio.
I'll link it in mine as well. I'll retweet it as well. Yes. There's 2 ways that you can donate. So yes.
Absolutely. So support them if you can. That does it for us today. We're just so glad to be back. It's been a minute. Sorry for the hiatus. But we're working mothers and things happen. Things happen. But we are so happy to be back. We're always happy to be here talking women's wrestling with you guys. You can find me at Stephanie Hypes on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it. And also on Instagram with Stephanie Hypes with 2 S's at the end. You can also find me on TikTok. I'm on TikTok, y'all. At Stephanie Hypes as well with 2 S's. And Miss Krssi, where can I find you, ma'am?
Yes, you guys can find me. I am on TikTok as well. I don't post much. I like to watch people's videos like my girl Stephanie. But you can follow me. I'll eventually start posting things. Other than that, I'm on IG, which is KrssiLove_1. Twitter is TrueHill Krssi Love. And it's just my simple name on Facebook, which is, there you go.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we won't be long.
Happy Veterans Day weekend.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys are getting some rest. Thank you to all the veterans out there who have served, retired, lost their lives, all of the above. You guys are amazing. You are true heroes. And we wouldn't be here without you guys. So happy Veterans Day to you guys and your families. As a military kid, I know the family sacrificed a lot as well. So happy Veterans Day, you guys. And thank you for joining us.
Are coming up, so happy holidays too.
Happy holidays. If we don't see you before Thanksgiving, I hope we do. What day is it? The 9th? Hopefully we do. Hopefully we'll see you before Survivor Series. But happy holidays to you guys as well. We will see you later.
Laters.